This is an important part of covering any college football team. What about the guys making the money? We've said what we need to say about the players. What about the coaches, the guys making millions of dollars to do this? Tim, Doug, Bill. Tim, what do you think through 2 games? What's your grade for the offensive coaching staff, and that includes Urban Meyer?
I think it's just a C, honestly. What we saw against Oklahoma, the passing game was struggling, but what's more concerning to me was the run totals. I mean, J.K. Dobbins, Mike Weber, granted Weber had the hamstring issue, combined for less carries than J.T. Barrett got. We saw that same problem last year at times and other times in Ohio State losses that the running backs need to run more. So I think from that standpoint alone, not understanding what your strength is, it's got to be a C for me.
Tim Beck, Ed Warren are gone. Still on the hook, Zach Smith, the receivers coach. This is the 3rd year of us talking about, at least the second, of the receivers not getting it done. Zach Smith needs to be talked about. Something's happening there in that development. But more interesting is the meshing of the Urban Meyer offense and Kevin Wilson, offensive genius as the play caller. How's that going, and what can they do going forward? Urban Meyer wants to think going forward, Bill.
I feel like Kevin Wilson is not totally comfortable, even though he says he is. And it's got to be difficult, I think, to some extent, to be an established play caller, have your own offensive philosophy that is similar to Urban Meyer's, but not exactly the same, and then kind of come in here and have the things you like to do best sort of put on the back burner a little bit while you run the Ohio State offense. I think the Ohio State offense needs to change a little bit because it's predictable, and it's great when you're playing bad teams and you can just out-talent people and it doesn't matter and you win by 40 and everyone's happy. When you're playing teams of equal talent, which we saw against Oklahoma, we saw it against Clemson, we saw it against Michigan, we saw it against Penn State last year, it doesn't work. Teams know what you're doing, and maybe part of it is because that J.T. Barrett can't maybe fully execute the things that would make the offense more explosive. I get that's part of it, but I think they can be more imaginative in the play calling and the play design, and I think that requires Urban Meyer to let go of his offense a little bit and let Kevin Wilson really put his touch on it.
Bill could talk for 10 minutes about that. He's writing a whole story about it. Go read it at cleveland.com/OSU. Coverage all this week, a fascinating week for the Buckeyes and their football team. Bill, Tim, I'm Doug. Thanks for watching at cleveland.com.